We have seen pass by value in previous session, right? So pass by value, it simply means that when a caller is calling callee, it will pass the value. And for example, we discussed it with the help of an increment example. So when n is passed here and we do this n plus plus, this n plus plus will increase the local copy of increment, the n that this increment function has, because the two n's are different, and the value in the main will not, the value of n that is created within the main will not change, right? So this is what we discussed. In fact, let me just remove this and print it. So if you see, increment function is 11, n's value in main it is 10. Now, what if I really want this change to happen? I want that there should be this change. I should be able to somehow increase the value and get those changes in main. So, as we have discussed already, right? So, from caller or between caller and callee, there are only two ways you can have communication between them. If caller wants to pass some information to callee, it will be via the arguments. You pass those values and then callee can receive it. And if callee wants to communicate something back to caller, callee will have to return those that result. So you can pass multiple arguments, but you can return only single value from caller. So that means here this caller, or sorry, this callee, which is the increment function, this callee wants to return the updated value. So one change that we have to do here is we will have to make it end, and instead of printing for now, because we want the change to reflect, we should return the value of n. What all changes are we supposed to do in main? So in main we have to make one basic change. Now this increment is returning a value, right? Whenever a function is returning a value, it is with purpose. So you should collect it and store it in n, because we have to update main's n. There are two different n. Increment has its own n, main has its own n. Now increment n will change, and now increment wants to return that updated value. So increment will return it. Main in turn should receive that value and store it in n, so that it should update that value. So this is something which should happen here. And now if you see, even main's n is 11 because we have collected the change. Right? This has nothing to do with pass by value. This is not a new concept that we are talking about. This is just that at times when you would want changes to reflect back, you will have to return them, because everything that you're doing or using is via pass by value. So we'll have to do something like this. What if I don't write this and just call increment and leave it as it is? So then if you run it, the change will not happen, because you're not changing n, and this is a common mistake that happens. So function, when you are calling it, it is returning some value, then you should collect that value and make use of it. So collect it, store it in n, and then use it. This is something that you might end up using a lot in I should say upcoming sessions where you are writing code, where you want to collect and receive and update value. So just take care of this as a part. Thank you.